Okay, thank you. Welcome for our lesson today. Science lesson. Since we covered the syllabus, we are now starting the revision of the topics we had covered in other classes and also in our candidate class. Now, we are starting with human body, of which we are going to deal with the following topics. Under human body, we will have to talk about the human tooth or teeth. We have the breathing system. We will also talk about digestive system. We have reproductive system. We will also talk about adolescence. We have circulatory system, fetal development, and lastly excretion. Now, those are the subtopics under human body of which we are going to deal. Now, immediately, let us start with the first, which is teeth. Now, when we talk about teeth, what is teeth? We say that a human being has 4 types of teeth. When we say a human being has 4 types of teeth, these are the 4 types of teeth. We have the incisors, we have the canines, we have the premolars, and we have the molars. Those are the 4 types of teeth. Now, when you talk about teeth, you might be asked the types of teeth. We have the types of teeth. We have the sets of teeth. So there is a difference between types of teeth and sets of teeth. We have 2 sets of teeth, but we have 4 types of teeth. Now, the types are here. We have the incisors, the canines, the premolars, and the molars. Now, when we talk of the 2 sets, I will have to talk about the 2 sets later on. Now, let us proceed. Now, a human being has that 2 teeth located on the lower and upper jaw. Now, when we talk about the number of teeth, how many teeth are supposed to be there in a human being? Those are that 2 teeth in a human being. The 4 types of teeth have different structures. Now let us talk about structures of the 4 types of teeth, which are the incisors, the canines, the premolars, and the molars. The part of the tooth, first of all, which is outside the gum, the white part of the teeth which we see is known as the crown. The outer part, which is outside the gum, the white part of the teeth is called the crown. But we have the other part of the teeth which is found inside the gum. It is known as the root. Now, we have the crown and also the root. What is the root? This is the part of the teeth which is found inside the gum. That is the root. But the crown is the white part of the tooth which is outside the gum. Now, when you talk of the structure, so the 4 types of teeth have different structure and also different number of roots which is found inside the gum. Now, what are the structure of the teeth? We have the first type of the tooth, which is incisors. The structure of incisors, we say they are chisel-like. You understand what a chisel is. So incisors are chisel-like and only have 1 root. Incisors are chisel-like and only have 1 root. What about the number? How many incisors should someone have? We say that incisors are 8 in number. So when you count on the upper, we have 4 incisors, and on the lower jaw we have 4 incisors. So making a total of 8 incisors teeth. The second one, we have the canines, of which we say, how does the canine look like? They are sharp, or we can say they are pointed in structure and only also have 1 root. So we find that the incisors and canines only have 1 root, but now when you talk of the number, you find that canines are 4 in number, which means there are 2 on the upper jaw and also 2 canines on the lower jaw, making a total of for canines. Now we have that one which is known as the premolars. Now what is the structure of the premolars? We say that they have an even tops and two roots. You find that the first two types of teeth, which are incisors and canines, we have said that they only have one root. But when it comes to premolars, you find that they have an even tops and only have two roots. Now what are of the number? You find that the premolars are 8 in number. Now the last type of teeth is molars. Now molars and canines almost look the same. We find that they have an even tops and have 3 roots. Now we find that now in structure, difference between premolars and molars is that they have an even tops, all of them, but you find that the premolars are having 2 roots and the molars are having 3 roots. Now of the number, you find that the molars are 12 in number, of which we have 6 on the upper jaw and we also have 6 on the lower jaw. Now that is the structure of teeth. Now after the structure, let us talk about functions. What are the functions of teeth? The functions of teeth. Under the functions, we say that there are 4 types of teeth, of which all of them are serving different functions. Functions of teeth. Now under the function of teeth, you find that we have the incisors. Let us start with the first type of teeth, which is incisors. Now we said that incisors are chisel-like in structure, and the function of incisors is biting and cutting. Biting and cutting. Now the first type of teeth, which is incisors, you find that are chisel-like, and the function is cutting, biting, and cutting. The second type of teeth, we have the canines. Now what is the function of human canines? You find that the function of canines is piercing and tearing. Piercing and tearing. The function of canines is piercing and tearing. That one we have the premolars. You find that the function of premolars is chewing and grinding. Chewing and grinding. Lastly, we have the molars. What are function of the molars? You find that molars are used for chewing and grinding. Very good. Now those are the 4 types of teeth and their functions. Of the structure, we said that these are chisel-like, the canines are pointed, the premolars are having an even tops, and also the molars are having an even tops. The incisors are having 1 root, the canines are also having 1 root, premolars are having 2 roots, and the molars are having 3 roots. Now what are the function of the 4 types of teeth? You find that incisors are used for biting and cutting. The function of the incisors is biting and cutting. The canines, what are the function of the canines? You find that the canines are used for piercing and tearing of meat from the bones. The piercing and tearing is carried out by the canines. The third type of teeth is premolars. You find that premolars are used for chewing and grinding. The premolars are used for chewing and grinding. And the last type of teeth, we have the molars, of which are used for chewing and grinding. Now you find that molars and premolars are serving the same function. The molars and premolars are used for chewing and grinding. Their structure, you find that they are having an even tops. So the even tops, which are very rough, are for chewing and grinding. When you talk of the number, you find that they are 8 incisors. We have 4 canines, we have the 8 premolars, and we have 12 molars. Now those are the functions of the 4 types of teeth. Now let us talk about the shedding of teeth. We have shedding of teeth. Now, after talking about the functions, the structure, the number of teeth, we have what we call shedding of teeth. Shedding of teeth. Now, what do we mean when we talk about shedding? We mean that when a child is born, you find that when the child is born, the teeth are invisible. You cannot see teeth from a child who was born. You find that they start growing after some time, and then after a period of after some years, you find that the first set of teeth is removed. Now here is when we talk about the sets. We have 2 sets of teeth, of which we have the primary. The first one we call the primary set of teeth, and we have the secondary set of teeth. Now the primary set of teeth are the one which are shed, but the secondary are also known as permanent. These one are not shed. These are known as permanent. So you can call the second set of teeth as secondary or permanent. The primary type of teeth is having 4 names. You can as well call them temporary set of teeth, or you can as well call them deciduous set of teeth, or you can as well call them milk. Now, the first set of teeth is primary, or you can call them temporary, or you can say deciduous, or you can say milk teeth. That is the first set of teeth. The second one is known as secondary or permanent set of teeth. Now, when we talk about shedding, we have said this first set of teeth is the one which is shed, which means falling off the primary or milk teeth is what we call shedding. Now we say the baby is born without. The baby is born without. The baby is born, everybody was born without teeth. Now, at the age of 6 months, you find that a baby who was born without teeth at the age of 6 months, you find that the first 2 lower incisors appear. The first two lower incisors appear. at the age of 6 months, you find that the two lower incisors starts to appear. You find that the teeth is also this at the age of 2 years. At the age of 2 years, a child grow the 20 milk teeth. At the age of 2 years, now the child will have attained 20 milk teeth. Now, that is the first set of teeth, of which we have said that the 20 milk teeth comprises of 8 incisors, the 4 canines, and the 8 premolars. That is the first set of teeth. The 8 incisors, the 4 canines, and the 8 premolars. That is the first set of teeth, which we have said it is known as the primary, the temporary, deciduous, or you can call it milk teeth. So you find that under the milk teeth, which are 20 in number, the molars are not there. The 20 milk teeth are only made of 8 incisors, the 4 canines, and we have 8 premolars. So the molars are not under the milk teeth. From there, let us now start talking about shedding. What is shedding, and at what age does a baby start shedding teeth? You find that at the age of 6 years. At the age of 6 years, shedding starts. Now, what is shedding? You find that we have talked of the 20 primary teeth, of which at the age of 6 years, falling off the milk teeth starts, of which that is what we call shedding of teeth. So the primary, when the primary teeth have been shed off, you find that the baby now starts growing the second set of teeth, of which we have said the second, after shedding, you find that a baby starts growing secondary or permanent set of teeth. Now, the milk teeth are shed, the permanent or the secondary is not shed. But externally, if you shed the secondary type of teeth, you find that you can replace them with artificial or dangerous type of teeth, which is done by the dental surgeon. So the secondary, when you externally, maybe in an accident, you find that you lose your secondary type of teeth, the other one will not grow. So you can as well replace it with dangerous type of teeth, or we call it, that is dangerous or artificial type of teeth, which is done by the dental surgeon. Doctor known as dental surgeon can replace the secondary type of teeth when it is externally shed out. Now, that is the 4 types of teeth. We have the 2 sets of teeth, and we have the problems related to teeth. So diseases which are related to teeth, I will have to talk about that one when I will be talking about diseases. So that is human teeth. You go through your syllabus, which is in grade 4 or standard 4, and then from there you will have to attempt some questions on teeth as we proceed. So next time I will have to start talking about the breathing system as we proceed later on. Thank you very much. That is the end of our lesson today.